up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
Well, hello, fellow crafting enthusiasts, and welcome back to Crafty Vlogmas now on day 19. This is your go to destination for holiday inspired creativity. Today, we have a special treat for all of you as we welcome the remarkable Mr. Moderator Paul Duncan himself to our crafting community. Paul's extensive career of over 35 years in the telecommunications world is truly noteworthy. A seasoned professional, Paul is not just an expert, but a guiding force ensuring the safety and vibrancy of our own online spaces. His contributions and accolades in the digital world speaks volumes. But that's not all. In addition to our crafty endeavor, Paul will generously share valuable tips and techniques on safeguarding our online journey as content creators. It's a perfect blend of crafting magic and digital wisdom today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Crafty Vlogmas Day 19, where Paul takes on the crafty challenge, offering insights into both crafting and content creation. So without further ado, let's welcome first time on Mommy Guide Inc., Paul Duncan, Mr. Moderator himself. Hi, Paul.
Hello there. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good evening, Paul. Mr. Moderator is so awesome. It's at multitasking, kudos to you, my friend. Not everybody can do that kind of, thing. All right. So, Mr. Moderator, Paul, how did you get the name Mr. Moderator, right?
I can't remember. I think it came from Doc.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd started hanging in Doc's stream and kind of helping out and talking and chatting and then as time progressed and he made me a moderator, I ended up with the name Mr. Moderator, and it just kind of stuck.
Okay, okay. So there you go. We are having a bit of an issue with probably on Paul's side, but it's okay. We can still see you, Paul. Okay, so if
Okay.
ever something happens, don't worry. Okay, Paul will just go back in the event. So okay, so Mr. Moderator became like your screen name, so to speak. Everybody started calling Paul Mr. Moderator. But probably you guys, for especially in our community, a lot of crafters and creatives, they either do edited videos, Paul, or they do, there you go, we're back, yes, or they do live streams. But most of them, sad to say, don't have moderators still, right? So
Yep.
what is a moderator first and foremost, Paul?
A moderator is a content creator's like biggest helper. We can hang out and chat, talk to people, keep everybody engaged. If there's a problem, we can kind of communicate that with the audience and stuff like that. And also, we can kind of filter out problems. So if occasionally you get a troll in that starts making comments or doing stuff, we can get rid of those comments. We can put the person on timeout. And as a last resort, we can actually ban the person from the channel. So we kind of back up the content creator so that the content creator just has, the person that's hosting the show just has to worry about providing the information and talking and all that stuff. And we do all the dirty work in the back end, and they don't have to pay attention to the
Exactly.
distractions.
So amazing how a moderator's work is actually really important. And yet, Paul, a lot of those who are actually live streaming, or even those who are doing edited premieres, do not have that. And I've
Yep.
actually experienced that. I am not a very big content creator. I don't have like millions and millions or hundreds and thousands of subscribers, but I have experienced, trolls in the chat. And sometimes, because for us crafters, we're actually doing multitasking. We're not just talking, we're also creating something. And so to keep up with the chat sometimes or oftentimes is quite difficult. So there were times, Paul, that I actually was able to put up a comment, because it's like an automatic thing for me. I clicked on it and then I put it up in the chat, and then I was like, what is he saying? He said that my hands are super sexy. I was like, what do you mean? Right? So sometimes,
Yep.
after that, sometimes a barrage of links with, sites that we absolutely do not want to be in the chat would come. So there I
Yep.
realized moderators are very, very important. So now the next question would be, Paul, how do you become a moderator? How does
It's
one become a moderator?
usually it is the content creator, the person that's hosting the show or owns the channel, kind of watches people in the community, in their audience, and people that are being helpful and contributing and answering questions and kind of looks like they would be helpful are the people that you reach out to and ask if they want to be a moderator. And the big thing too is once you make somebody a moderator, I tell people it's not a lifetime achievement award. It can be given and it can be taken. So if you make somebody a
Mm,
moderator and they're just not working out, you can take that away from them. Or if they decide they don't want to do this anymore, that's fine. You can take the moderator capability away from them. But the best way to do it is look for people in your community. And if you're just starting out, find a friend, find somebody, make them a moderator, and you start getting used to working with a moderator and all that stuff. And it's much
mm,
easier as the channel starts growing. If you get to a point where you've got 100 people in your viewing audience or something like that, and you start bringing in moderators, now not only do you have to deal with your show and all the other stuff and trying to kind of keep an eye on what's going on, but you have to learn now how to work with moderators. And if you do that when you're young, it makes it so much easier.
absolutely, right. So start small, and as you grow alongside your channel, right? So as you add
Yep.
more moderators, then you also get to know what workflow works best for all of you. Because if you are going to be a live streamer or content creator, tech will always be an issue. Okay, it's not something that
Yep.
one can really perfect, because there's so many things that we are really not in control of, but moderators can absolutely help us. All right. So moderators, is there a training for to become a moderator, Paul? Do we need a lot of techie stuff to be a
Not really.
moderator?
I mean, you bet you don't really, you're not being on camera. So basically, if you have a computer and a keyboard and a mouse, you're pretty much set. A Stream Deck helps add to it because a lot of the streams I moderate for, there are certain links and stuff that always goes in. So I have stream buttons set up for each of the shows. I have each show laid out on my Stream Deck, and I have the links and the stuff associated with that show pre-programmed on my Stream Deck. So when something comes up, I can just push a button and the link pops up on the screen. So, a Stream Deck is helpful, but it's not needed. If you don't have a Stream Deck, you might use something like Keyboard Maestro, which you can type shortcuts and it will print stuff out. That's an app out there too. So, but no, one of the things that I am working on is a moderator course, kind of an
Oh,
academy thing. I'm shooting to have that come out in 2024, and it will be a series of courses that people can take. And when you get finished with it, you'll get a certification.
awesome. Wow, that is super awesome. So this is going to happen in 2024?
Yep, I do have some videos on my channel about being a moderator, some touching base on stuff, and I'm going to add to that also in 2024. But so I have that currently, but I'm going to put together I've been asked to put together an academy on moderating because a lot of content creators would like me to train their people or
Oh,
be able to
awesome.
say, if you want to be my moderator, you got to go take his course type thing.
But that's very good because even content creators, Paul, sad to say, like when I was starting, I didn't even know how to. Okay, I'll become. Can you be a moderator? But then they ask, so what will I do as a moderator? Let me see. I'm not sure. You also right. So it goes both ways. So having
Yep.
something like that, okay, is actually very nice. I'm now also moderating for some of my friends
Hmm.
who are content creator for Roy, Tech Troublemaker,
Yep.
and Marcus. And I absolutely know that I still need a lot of things to learn being a moderator as well. So absolutely, I'm gonna be taking that master class of Mr. Moderator soon,
Yeah.
and we will spread that to the community as well.
And if you're starting out as a moderator, I encourage you to go check out my YouTube channel because I have, what it means to be a moderator, and then from both different sides, from the standpoint of a moderator, what it means, and then also from the content creator, how do you make somebody a moderator? What does it mean when you make somebody a moderator? What kind of powers do they have and stuff like that? So I spell it
Exactly.
all out.
Wow. So what is your superpower? My superpower is I'm a moderator, right? So that could be another merch, Paul, in the
Yep.
future, right? So speaking of which, guys, so if you are not yet connected or this is the first time you've seen Paul, he is actually Mr. Moderator Paul on Facebook and on YouTube. Mr. Moderator Paul Duncan. Okay, and he also has this block word list and merch. Okay, so if you okay, we probably should talk about the black word list first before we go back to this one. Okay,
Sure.
Paul, maybe why do we need a black word list for?
So what I have done is I compiled a list of over 2,000 words and phrases and it's very explicit. I'll warn you of that you do not want to have show up in your stream. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens once you've loaded the block word list, then if somebody types a word that's on the list, it's never going to show up in chat. You don't have to filter it out. It's never going to pop up. It gets blocked before, you know, it even gets there. I do recommend people review the list. Again, I say it's explicit, it's very explicit, but go through the list because there are some words, like if you're in a sports environment, the
Mm-hmm.
word ball is a typical thing. You talk about baseball bats and all
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. So that's something you may want to have. That's in the list. So it would be filtered out under normal circumstances. So but the list is very easy. You download it from my site, and then you go into the block word list in like YouTube, paste it in there, and then it's protected. We tested it in Ecamm, we've tested it on Doc Rockstream and a few other content creators. And ever since we loaded the word list, we're not getting any of the
Yeah, those
bad stuff that
words. Yes.
we used to see. Rarely do we get anything anymore.
So it makes both, the channel owner's or the content creator's job and the moderator's job much easier,
Yep.
right? So these kinds of things, you don't need to be filtered out. It's very comprehensive, 2,000 words. So let me go back to that one. It's called the block word list, okay, and merch, which actually Paul also has a merch, and it can be found on mrmoderatormerch.com. Okay, so let's show that one. Okay, here, okay, in a little bit. Hold on. I've actually closed it. Okay, so there you go. So if you go to that one, actually the links, all the links to Paul's socials as well as his merch store are actually in the description of this video. But this is, you know what it looks like. Okay, so Paul run us through the store.
So I
Okay.
have some mugs, and one of the things I did with the mugs is
Mhm. I love
I
this one.
made left-hand versions and right-hand versions. So it depends on
Ah,
your choice. So if you want to hold a mug up and have my cue facing out, you can
jeez.
do that. You know,
Okay.
this is a right-hand mug.
Uh-huh.
If you get a left-hand mug, you know, you could have it flipped around. So depending on the mug determines which
Wow, that
object is
is
facing out.
awesome,
So
right?
the right hand mug has this facing out. The left hand mug also has that facing out. So it just depends on which one you get.
Oh, that is so intuitive, Paul, that you've thought of having a left and a right one. So these are some, if you still on the fence what to give your content creator friends for Christmas, this is a perfect one, right? And your moderator, if you do have moderators, these are perfect for them, right? So there's even an AirPod case, which all of us as a live streamer actually has to have one. There you go. That's so awesome. And of course, I was in creator camp recently and I got the sticker. I have Mr. Moderator sticker. And of course, don't forget this one. This, okay, I've also got this one, the YouTube block word list. Paul, is this only for YouTube right
It
now?
it it was designed for YouTube, but any platform that has the capability to load a blocked word list, it works for. Like Discord doesn't have something like that, but Discord's
Mm-mm.
pretty good at filtering out, you know, most of the junk.
Okay.
And Facebook doesn't have it either, but there are some platforms, you know, that take it and some don't. But yeah, it was basically designed for YouTube initially.
Yes, and of course, we're actually right now on YouTube, right? Okay, so Paul, let's just go to some of the comments in the chat. Of course, we have Pierre. Hi, Pierre. Okay, sorry. Why is the comment over there? Okay. Okay, hi to all. Of course, hey, Paul. And hey, all. Thank you so much, Pierre, for coming. And of course, Maggie. Okay, Maggie
Hi,
wrote, thank
Maggie.
you. Hi. And of course, Mr. Moderator himself also in the chat saying hi to you all. Valerie, hello. I'm in my car right now listening to you. Glad to see you. Thank you so much, Val. All right. So this they're part of Ecamm fam as well. And of course, Sir Norman, I saw the notification come in, you becoming a member. Thank you so much, Sir Norman's Diary. And Maggie said, cool, Paul. And at Sammy Pai, she said, Sammy Pai actually, guys, is my moderator daughter. There you go. Love those mugs, Paul, from Valerie. Ayan. So, guys, being a moderator is actually very, very important for content creators. So, some think, oh, I'm not big enough. Okay, so people think that they should have like a certain number of followers of subscribers before they actually need a moderator, Paul. Is that true or false?
No, no, it's false.
Mm-hmm.
Get a moderator as soon as you can. You know, make it a journey with you and a friend, you know, or somebody that you know, and you know, learn the content creation journey and the moderation journey together. Because you want to have good communication with your moderators so that they know what you expect and you know what you allow, what you don't allow,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that just helps you build that whole uh, conversation of what you need to have when you bring a new moderator in.
Exactly. And guys, I kid you not. I have a friend. 2.5 years ago when I started, we were all both starting. She was gonna bring in a guest, so she was like working on the sides, testing things up, and then she put her link on the comment section of the chat, and that person was able to come in naked, and her channel immediately got shut down.
Yep.
Immediately, right? Because she was busy, preparing stuff, so she didn't know. So it doesn't matter whether you're a big channel, a small channel, moderators are very important. And I hope that Paul has, showed us more enough, okay, for you to be able to consider, okay, actually having that moderator now. And if you have questions, how do you do it? What do I do to actually start doing this? Okay, Paul has a ton of information about that already on his YouTube channel, Mr. Moderator Paul Duncan, right? And of
Yep.
course, okay, Paul is actually a moderator for a lot of my favorite content creators, like, of course, Ecam Live, Doc Rock, and a lot of the members of our community as well. So if you want to see how, what a moderator does, you can also head on to those channels and see, right? So if we say there is something like this, immediately Paul will be putting the links in the chat, right? Or the information in the chat. That's how fast and on his feet Paul is. As he said, there's a little bit of prep, but it makes life easier for everybody. That's why we call him Mr. Moderator, the moderator. And so watch out for that coming class. Okay, master class in 2024. Is there a schedule already, Paul? None yet.
No, I'm still
Okay.
putting it. It's going to be an online course, so it will probably be a work at your own pace.
Oh,
I'm
good.
working with some content creators also to kind of set up some situations where I can bring moderators in and they can kind of learn the ropes and see what it looks like from a moderator's perspective on actual streams. So we're kind of working through all that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's okay. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be worth the wait. Of course, being a moderator myself, I would want to be in that
Mm.
class, Paul. All right, so guys, you know that this is a crafty vlogmas for me, and I'm so happy and blessed and honored that Paul agreed, Mr. Moderator agreed to come in and accept the challenge to do a crafty activity. Now the thing is, okay, question for the day. What, guys? Do you have a moderator for your live streams or show? Okay, please share that in the chat as well. Now, as we try to, give Paul his challenge, crafty challenge for today. And the crafty challenge is we will make a paper lantern out of lunch paper bags. Okay, so let's craft together, Paul.
I
Okay,
promised
so
people that I would try not to glue my fingers or my glasses to my face with the glue
okay.
gun.
Let's try that, Paul. All right. So let's craft together, Paul.
Okay.
Okay. The scene. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. So you see me and Paul. Okay, Paul, we need to start plugging in our glue gun, or yours has a battery operated one.
No, it's plugged in and it's hot.
It's hot already. Okay, good for you. Me, on the other hand, okay, I am still plugging it in. Okay, there you go. It's plugged in. Okay. So, what are the things that they need? Okay. So, of course, Paul already has everything prepared. I gave him the list ahead of time. So, you need about 9, okay, 8 or more, okay, not more than 12, but today Paul and I are going to work with 9, okay? So these are very cheap or affordable, lunch paper bags, okay? Or sometimes coin bags, whatever your purpose is. So just go get 9 of them, okay? And then you also will need a glue gun. Mine is so dirty and because it's been used just recently. It's okay. It still functions. And of course, you need scissors, pair of scissors. Okay, and then you also need some blings, whatever it is that you want to use, and of course, some ribbons. Okay, to hang your lantern later on. All right, so these are fairly cheap and very easy to find. I hope Paul didn't have a hard time going through the list. Did you have a hard time going through the list, Paul?
Nope, everything I got on Amazon except for the paper bags.
Oh,
I
except
ended
for the
up
paper bags. Where'd you get the paper bags? From a
at the
local,
grocery store.
at the
I just went.
grocery store. Yes, there you go.
So mine
Okay.
are taller than yours.
Yes, but it's okay. The purpose, the reason I had the smaller one is so that it would fit my screen better. Because these are the other one. They're kind of tall.
Yep, that's
They're
what these
kind of
are.
big, right? Yes. Okay. So that it's easy, just easier for the demonstration. But actually, the lanterns, the bigger they are, actually, the better, right? Okay. So normally, when you get this paper lunch paper bags, okay, so there's a folded part, right, Paul?
Hmm.
Okay, and there's the side where you don't have the flaps. Okay, so we need to make sure that all the paper bags or all the flaps are on the wrong side. So the one without the flap should be always facing you. Okay, so let's do
Okay.
that for all the 9. Okay, make sure that every bag's orientation is correct. Okay, so normally if you didn't mess up how they were arranged in the bag, it's gonna be that way, right? So not this way, but this way. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is to get your glue gun. Okay, again, of course, they have to be hot. Okay, careful, careful, Paul. Okay, the other day, I think several days ago, we had Matt, and his fingers were filled with glue. He couldn't touch his stream deck. Right? But with you, that's okay because this is a glue gun. It dries up fast. Okay.
I
So,
got these just in case.
yes, actually, that's perfect. Okay. That will protect actually your fingertips from getting burned because sometimes we accidentally, touch the glue and it's actually hot, right? All
Yes.
right. So, what we're going to do, Paul, now is to run a glue down from the middle of the paper bag up to the bottom and then just make a T. Okay. So the thing is some paper bags they have like a notch at the end. If yours have one, make sure that you don't go beyond it. But mine doesn't have, so it's just
I
flat.
don't either.
Okay, so you can just go like that. But if yours have a notch at the end, make sure you don't go over the knot because you might accidentally, stick all of them together. Okay, where you don't want to. Okay, so let's do it, Paul. So we have to do this for all of the paper bags. Okay. So just run it through. Okay, the middle. This is the thing that I don't like about glue gun. Sometimes they have this webby thingies. Okay, so go down from the middle. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, guys, and then make a T. Okay, there you go. And then, okay, put the one of the paper bags on top. Okay, burnish a little bit so they actually stick together. Okay, and just do that until you have all of them connected. See, it's not even a perfect straight line. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, and then just burnish, burnish. Okay, and then together.
Oops.
This is so easy, right, Paul?
Yep.
Anyone can do this. Okay, do you actually use lanterns from where you are, Paul? Because in the Philippines, lanterns are like a staple for every household.
I don't because I have a very, very small place that I live in. And so it's like, if it's not necessary, it's not here.
Got it, got it, got it. There we go. So paper lanterns are actually for most Asian countries, specifically the Philippines. Okay, so it's like something that even kids at school, everywhere, this is a project that we always have during Christmas. So there's so many ways to actually come up with it, and this is one of the ways. So if you even if Paul, in the aftermath, if you can get something as small as this, maybe you can. Okay, so there you go. So this is one of I've been doing a series where we have been doing DIY Christmas decorations, cards, anything holiday related. Okay, and for my Vlogmas this year, I've invited friends who are in the crafting community and those who are in the content creation community, like Paul here, right? So he is not a crafter, okay,
I used
but
to be.
okay.
I
Oh, so what kind of craft, Paul, did you like to do before?
I've done cards.
Oh
I've
my
done
gosh!
diamond painting.
You know what?
I've
I made the wrong project for you. I should have leveled it up.
I've done needlepoint,
Oh
cross
my
stitch.
gosh, you are
I
an
used to do
absolute crafter.
I used to do machine embroidery. I've done quilting.
Okay.
So I've done a few things.
He is even more crafty than me, guys. I don't think I have done quilting, right? So I'm just a basic learner with, machine embroidery and all this stuff. My gosh, Paul, what can you
I had
not
a
do, my friend?
I used to have a 10 needle, a brother 10 needle machine. Plus, I had like 3 embroidery machines, but I had a
Wow.
brother and a dream machine.
Oh
I
my
had
god. So but do you still have it or you gave it
No.
away already?
I had to get rid of things when I moved here, so
Oh my goodness.
I kind of miss it. Especially the embroidery. I loved doing machine
Yes.
embroidery.
Yes, and so you love personalizing stuff as well.
Yeah.
Oh, especially that's why you have awesome merch, right? So for you to be able to think of left hand, right hand, so that's a creative person thinking, right? So there you go. So I gave Paul the wrong project. This is gonna be super easy for him.
I don't know. It's been a while since I've crafted, so we'll see.
This is gonna be a walk
If
in
nothing
the
sticks
park.
to me when we're done, I consider we've done good.
All right, so let's say hi to Paul. Watch those fingers, said Valerie. Okay, hold on. My chat is super small at this point. Okay, there you go. Yes, Val is very much prepared. I don't even have those, finger protectors. I have them, but I can't find them.
It came in
This
the
is my
box that the glue gun came in.
Oh, cool. And Val said, "This is my first time watching your show. I love this. Thank you, Valerie." Yes, there you go. Go, Paul, go. Valerie, I chose the wrong thing for him to do. We should have leveled it up. If I had known that you are in card making, oh my goodness, we should have done card making, Paul.
Yeah, I don't have. I just recently sold all that
Everything.
stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, all my pens and glues and
Oh.
sequences and everything.
Okay, so this
Okay,
is actually easier for you to get, right? Okay. And of course, we have Dan, Lala, and Paul. Hi, Dan. Of course, the honest accomplice is here. It's so cool to see Mr. Moderator. Hi, Wims. Wims, if you're just coming in now, we actually talk a lot about moderators and moderating. Whimsical Thoughts Paul is actually a very talented artist and crafter in the community. And I
Cool.
know that she doesn't have a moderator yet. So, Wims, you should watch this other replay. Yes, but she's super awesome. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Dan, for the super chat. There you go. Lala, this is a good project for the rest of us who don't know how to do this. Oh, thank you, Val. All right. So, Paul, are we done?
Yep, we're done.
Yes. So so if you open it up a little bit. Okay, we will show them, Paul, that somehow this would look something like a fan, like a paper fan, right? Right. But this is not where it ends, guys. Okay, so this is where the awesomeness will come. Okay, so you can actually, I've done here, guys,
We
I'm
have a
not.
technical difficulty. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay.
No, you can continue. I'm just separating. I got the.
Oh, some of the things got, okay, so be careful when you glue them to the top. Not too much to the edge so that
Yeah,
okay.
I thought I was being careful, but apparently, well, at least I glued the bags together and not glued the bags to me. So
Okay, there you go. Okay, so while Paul is actually, just removing some of the things that got stuck there, okay, okay, I'll show you this one. Okay, so I have here a rough sketch. Okay, I am not I don't draw properly, right? So these are just rough sketches of what you can do to decorate your paper lantern. Okay, so this part where do you see the band, that's supposed to mimic the flap. Okay, all right, so that's supposed to be the flap. So you can actually create many different kinds of variations for this. So what you can do is from the top of the flap, you can make like you can cut immediately beside it like a triangle on both sides, and then create like a half circle going towards the middle, but not exactly going to the middle, just leaving a bit of a band in the middle. Or you can do this kind, this kind. These are just suggestions. You know, the possibilities are endless. Just make sure that you don't cut all throughout the sides, of course, because that's gonna hold your paper lantern. But you can create as many kinds of cuts you want and designs you want, whether triangle, square, half circles, what have you. Okay, we got Paul back, and I think he got it all figured out already. There you go. See, yeah, it's perfect because um, Paul is a crafter. Okay, so Paul, let's go. Okay, actually, I had Eden several, I think a week back or 2 weeks back, and I didn't know and that she was actually a crafter too. I knew she was an athlete. I didn't know she was into scrapbooking and all of those stickers and planners in the past. See, so most content creators are actually very crafty, don't you think so, Paul?
Yep, yep.
Right? Okay, Paul. So which of these things do you want to do? Okay, again, you can choose. The point is, do not make any cuts on the flap.
Okay.
Okay, so anything beyond this flap, you can create cuts. Okay, so like you can create, let's say, triangles. Okay, like so. Okay, I'm just doing a mark, but you don't need to. You can directly cut on it. It doesn't have to be perfectly even. That's fine because that won't really show. So you can create something like that. Okay, and then you can create, so from the here up to the middle. Okay, and then this up to, let's say, okay, the OC in me, but you don't need to. Okay, I just wanted to be like same height, but again, doesn't have to. Okay, so just those are just marks that you want to make so that when you cut, okay, so the thing is you're gonna cut, okay, a triangle here, a triangle there, there, and there. So what you see is that it has to be symmetrical somehow, right? So that when you open up your fan, it looks pretty nice, okay? So from there, Paul, you need to get your pair
Is
of
it,
scissors.
question
Okay.
for you, is it important that the triangles be across from each other, or can they be
N-
offset?
Not really, because when you open it up, it doesn't really. But if you can, that's okay, right? You can adjust, okay? So since this is your first time, okay, to create a paper lantern, okay, so there you go. And actually, the paper lantern later on, if you want to add more decorations, that's why we ask you. I asked Paul actually to bring in some sequins or any kind of links. Definitely no glitter for both of us. We don't like glitters because it gets stuck to everywhere. And it's so hard to remove them, right? Even if you
Yes.
take a bath, sometimes, oh, I still have glitter on my face or on my arms, right? So it's not nice. Okay, so start snipping away. But remember, we attach together like 9 pieces of paper. What do you call this? So it's kind of hard to cut away. So if it's not gonna be like super perfect, that's fine. And if you want, you probably can take a little bit of that one first, okay, okay, and then do the other next one. But for me, it's slowly but surely, okay. Yes, you need a little bit of a bigger Caesar for this. So you see, it's not perfect because it's very thick. So you can just go back to it. Okay, like so. Again, perfection. Okay, this project is very forgiving, right? So perfectionism out the window. It's okay. All right, there you go. See? So we just needed to go back and cut those that didn't really cut perfectly. So like what Paul is doing. Okay. And then you do the same thing onto the other side. Okay. So as I said, this one it's nicer if they're more symmetrical, the better. Okay, but again, it doesn't have to be like exactly per centimeter per inch like that. No. Okay, as I said, it's kind of forgiving, right? Okay, so there. See, when you cut it, it's not perfectly aligned, but that's fine because as I said, this is a little bit thick. So maybe your question is, Lala, can we not just, cut those first individually before we attach them together? I tried doing that. It's not nice because sometimes the
Pretty.
alignment, because when you glue it together, right? So you might end up with, oh no, you either overcut one side, undercut the other side. So although this is kind of hard to cut because it's quite thick, in the end, it's still better. Okay. Oh, Paul is already on the sides. Okay. I have to catch up. There you go. I have been talking and talking and talking. Okay, guys, if you have questions about this project, please just put it in the chat. Okay, so while we are snipping away, okay, Wims is saying it's so cool to see Mr. Moderator craft along, right, Wims? Absolutely. He's such a cool. And what we didn't know, actually, Wims, if I had known, I would have prepared an even more difficult crafty project for Paul because truth be told, I think he's even more crafty than I am. He can do a lot of things, Wims. Okay,
I'm a
and
rusty crafter.
Rusty Craft. But the crafter will always be a crafter, right? Again, Dan, thank you for the super chat. I thought he's a wood crafter. Oh, Matt was the one into wood, but we don't know. Who knows? Paul, were you ever a wood crafter?
No.
No. Okay. So Paul is more into the fabric and paper crafting, like we are, right? So that's why I said, "Oh my goodness."
I've done pottery and stuff like that too. But yeah,
Oh, there you go. That's more your side, Miss Wims, the art side, right? So I'm really stuck in the crafty part. I want to see Paul do origami. Oh, absolutely. I'm sure Paul can just, do that. Absolutely. Lala, this is a good project for the rest of us. Thank you so much again, Valerie. And we have George. Hi, George. George is actually a camp mate of mine during Creator Camp. We're both Team Orange. Okay, under Jeff. Okay, so thank you, George, my campmate from Creator Camp, for dropping by.
I should have worn my camp T-shirt tonight.
You know why I don't have my camp shirt? Because after the camp, I went to Florida and did kind of a lot of shopping. I couldn't bring everything, so all my clothes had to be brought to the Philippines via a box, a parcel. So it'll probably arrive here maybe January. So, and my Creator Camp shirt is over there. But I did bring my mug. Okay, there you go. And okay, Dan is saying hi to Sammy. Yes. Sammy, my moderator daughter. So there's the YouTube block list. Yes, Pierre. Okay, so it's actually the link to that one is in the description of this video. Okay, you can click on that and it will bring you to Paul's merch block list and merch store. Okay, and it's the first one there in the store. Okay, and we have Roy. Hi, Roy. It's Lala and Mr. Moderator. Yes. Hey, glitter works for Mark. For Mark Rober, but not for us. Okay, Paul and I were Team Yellow. Oh, you guys were Team Yellow. Okay, There you go. See, Paul is done. Okay, and I have to just snip this last part. Hold on, wait, because I have been talking. All right, a little
It's
bit.
okay. I'm usually the one behind.
Because you're the one multitasking, right? So there you go. Okay, so do you want to see the grand reveal? Okay, let's show first Paul's solo. Okay, let's try the solo. Solo first, Paul. Not yet. Go to your solo so they can see amazing. There you go. Oops, not that solo. The solo overhead. There you go. Okay, where's your peep? We lost your peep. Okay, there you go. So
Where'd it go? Is this it?
Nope. The
Nope.
other one? The other you? There you
There
go.
we go.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right, Paul, in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Do you see that? Do you see how awesome that is? Okay. So, and then you will see mine. Okay. And mine looks something like that as well, but in a smaller scale. Again, I tried to make it a smaller one so I can easily show it to you. Right? There you go. Right. Okay. So now, but it doesn't really look like that, right? So we will finish it off. So, Paul, let's go back to crafting together. Okay, crafting together. Oh, there you go. Okay, Paul, now we will close this lantern up. Okay, so the same thing we did before. Okay, the same thing. So we're gonna put a T like so. Okay, and then close it up. Okay, so you go get the other side. Okay, and then this is the part where you really need that finger protector of yours, because it might be hot. So normally what I could advise is you grab a little bit of several layers of it so it's not too hot. Okay, and then just press together like so. Okay, at the bottom as well, don't worry. Okay, and then you can just fix it. Okay, there you go. See, it's now closed. See, Paul's even faster than I am because he has this amazing, finger protectors. So there you go, right? Your bag looks nicer than mine. The quality looks nicer, right? So mine is like, it's flimsy, but I can see Paul's is, more sturdy, right? So, okay. And I think I have 10. I used 10. Okay. And Paul used 9. Okay. So, this is it. That's how easy the paper lantern is. Of course, it's not a lantern if it doesn't like hold up, right? And then another thing you can do, guys, if you want to make sure that it doesn't fall apart, you can actually, but I didn't ask Paul to bring staple wires, but you can actually, staple the the what do you call this, the ends of your star together like so, only if you want to. Okay, but it doesn't need, you don't need to, because this actually as it is okay, right? Okay, so
So
now
did
Paul.
you
Yes.
stapled like oops?
Oh, see? There you go. See? Mr. Moderator is a Boy Scout. We call that always prepared, right? Okay, so yes, start putting staple wires or staplering. I don't know if that's a word. Putting them together with a staple wire. Just to reinforce your star. So just in the event that, the glue that you use wasn't enough, so it's your star is not going to fall apart. Okay, so there you go. I have done mine. Okay, so now after that, we will put our awesome. Okay, it has to be hanging, right? So Paul, I asked him to get um, ribbons or twine. Okay, I have a red one. Okay,
The
Paul
Boy Scout
doesn't
ran
have.
out of staples.
Oh, because I didn't tell you to prepare, but still, kudos to you for having it, right? So I told Paul, you need also to have like a string or a ribbon or a twine. I have one. Paul has 4 in different colors. Paul, show them. There you go, guys. So really, balloons for our, Mr. Moderator today. And where are the balloons? The balloons are still being bought and being flown back here. So they'll probably arrive in a year. Oh, so there are the balloons. Did you see the balloons? They're so tiny
Yep,
over there. Okay,
little
so
balloons.
there you
There
go.
we go.
All right. So how amazing. Okay. If we have a guest like Paul all the time, right? So prepared. Okay. So Paul, what we do need now to do is to make a hole of some sort on any of the tops of your star. Okay, because that, or if you don't want to put what do you call this, but your staple wire ran out, right? So if you want, you can just staple the wire over there, or you can snip out a little bit of a hole. Okay, so if you have a hole, this is gonna be it. Paul, do you have a hole puncher?
Not anymore.
Oh, okay. Because if you have, it's like gonna be okay. Paul, you're taking over my show. It's gonna be Paul's crafting now. Paul Guide Inc. Okay. So if you don't have that, you can easily create like a circle by folding one of the edges and then making like a half circle, okay, onto it, so that just enough, just a very very tiny one, so that you can insert your wire. It doesn't have to be big, okay, but for those who actually see, very very tiny hole, just to make just a tiny hole, so that you can put in, okay, remember this is not really very heavy, so you don't need uh a very heavy duty kind of. Okay, there you go. And then you can hang it already like so,
Yep.
right? And then snip away. Okay, the length
My
would
biggest
vary depending on, where you want to put it, how you want. Sometimes if you made several, you want them to be layered like so, right? So that's it, right? And then, okay, if you have, okay, I asked also Paul to bring in, I said optional, okay, some blings. Okay, so if you want to use blinks, you can also do so. Okay, like for example, if you want, you can put, maybe you have paper flowers. Okay, so you can put a paper flower like that in the middle. Okay, um, or you can put some blings like sequins on some of the parts or the faces of your star. Okay, so this is already done as it is. I am just showing you that if you want, you can still jazz it up. Okay, Paul, are you going to jazz up yours or no more? Because what you have are sequins are very very tiny. Okay,
yeah.
and I know Paul probably doesn't want to mess up his, because they're very tiny. And if you don't have like a tiny pickup tool like this one, which you can use to, hold
I
on
forgot
to
to grab
those.
my tweezers,
Yes,
but
so
yeah.
it's gonna be kind of hard, right? So again, but I hope that this has been very easy for you guys and very okay. Paul, maybe okay, you want to show them? Okay, maybe just part of the string if you were able to string it back. Oh, there you go. Okay, face cam. Okay, so let's do the face cam, Paul. Okay, so there you go, guys. This is our okay lanterns. Where is that? Okay, other side. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so this is our lanterns, guys. And again, let's go back to the chat, Paul, guys. All right, so Valerie said, that's lovely, Paul. And nice, Lala. Thank you, Val. Okay, so at this point, okay, this I need to check on this one, Paul. My what do you call this? I keep messing up my what do you call that? My okay, hold on till this so I can remove and okay, guys, this is me. I always do this, guys. I tweak live. Okay, hold on,
We
jingle.
all do.
Uh-huh. Yes, but this is very bad tweaking. Okay, there you go. Okay. And let's get back this one. Okay. So guys, so Valerie said, "Nice, Lala. Thank you." It's two down below. Okay, let me put it up a little bit. There you go. Guys, thank you so much for being so patient with me. And Maggie said, "Fabulous." Thank you, Maggie.
Thank
And
you, Maggie.
yes, hello, hello to Dan from Sammy Pie, my moderator daughter. Okay, hi Roy. Your lanterns are coming together. Yes, Sammy. And of course, we have Marcus. Wow, that looks
Hey,
great.
Marcus.
Hi, Marcus. Guys, if you missed the episode where I had Marcus in and Katie in, you should go back and watch it. They also smashed their crafty projects. Fun. Great work, Paul. I love it. Great job. Great job. Great job, everybody. Right. Sammy, you must be very proud. Yes, my daughter is. And I'm super proud of her as well. So, with that, Paul, again, maybe invite them over. Okay, to your channel as well as to the many, probably different shows or projects that are coming up for you.
Yep. You can find me. My videos on moderating are on YouTube at Mr. Moderator Paul, and you'll find me on almost all of the Ecamm streams, Doc Rock streams. I do Tom Buck frequently, um, India Delgado, a plethora of people, and
Exactly.
and also in the Ecamm Academy. I'm Valerie who's also in here, and I are moderators in that. And then we, for 6 months, do a weekly, 3 times a week show where we bring people on and answer questions and help people out when they're having problems. So you'll find
Uh,
me around.
Awesome. So best thing, guys, if you see a lot of people in the chat right now, and you are maybe first time to see them, check out their channels. And if you see what you like, consider subscribing and following them. Absolutely. These are, amazing content creators. You can never go wrong with, finding and watching their content. Again, Paul, thank you so much for the
Oh,
last
thank
time.
you.
Right? These are the links to Paul's Facebook, YouTube, of course, and his merch. Okay. And with that, guys, I would like to say thank you so much again, Paul, for being ever
Thank you.
so, go just to say yes. I know you're very busy. Right, but you still made time to come here. He was actually moderating the Ecam Live part of the show, part of it. Okay, just finished the ENN with Fulgence and Anna. So if you missed that, okay, he's there also. And so thank you so much, guys. And Paul, good. Have a great rest of the night for you. And for those who are from the Philippines, great rest of the day. Have a good one and see you again tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we're going to have another crafty Vlogmas. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye. Of course, everyone, I'd also like to invite you over to our craft getaway happening in February 24, 25, 26 in Boracay Island, Philippines. This is going to be a virtual event, at the same time face-to-face event. Registration is at mommyguideinc.com/shop. Bye!